Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. More than 300 Filipinos were affected by the deadly earthquake that hit Turkey and Syria on Monday. Data shows there were 248 Filipinos affected in Turkey, while 60 Filipinos resided in the 5 areas in Syria that felt the quake, amid ongoing search and rescue operations. President Bongbong Marcos will send a team to aid in recovery efforts in Turkey. The Filipino contingent will be comprised of members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Department of Health, Metro Manila Development Authority, and the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. The president says he is expecting the Filipino contingent to leave for Turkey tonight.
We have organized a group of about 85 personnel together with some goods. Ang hinahanap sa atin ay mga blanket, mga winter clothing dahil siyempre yung mga nasiraan ng bahay sa Turkey ay wala na silang matirahan. There's also a danger kasi marami pang aftershock. And they have to inspect also the building. So lahat yung engineering, yung meron pinapadala tayong mga engineer, meron tayong mga pinapadalang health workers, and of course the goods that we feel that they will need.
Following reports that more than 3,400 buildings in Turkey collapsed due to the quake, observers say poor construction led to damages and a high death toll. When asked if the Philippines was ready to face an earthquake of the same magnitude, landscape architect and urban planner Paulo Alcazaren had this to say.
Well, I've been paranoid since 2004 when the Myers study, the Metro Manila Earthquake Impact Reduction Study came out. So since then, we have tried to fix our frameworks for governance and urban planning, but we've failed miserably in addressing all of the concerns raised by the original study.
Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos has appealed to the public to be responsible taxpayers. The president made the call during the Bureau of Internal Revenue's National Tax Campaign kickoff on Tuesday. According to data from the Justice Department, over 100 cases against tax evaders have been filed last year, with tax liabilities estimated at around 5 billion pesos. For now, efforts to improve tax collection, including proposals for a luxury tax, are being pushed.
Kung titignan ninyo, yung mga luxury items, yung mga magagarang kotse, yung mga designer na damit at saka mga bag, lahat, hindi nagbabagong presyo niyan dahil may kaya ang mga bumibili. So, palagay ko naman, it's reasonable that we will tax the consumption side of those who are consuming luxury items.
The UP professor who was arrested in Quezon City for alleged non-remittance of her house help's SSS contributions has already been released from police custody. The Quezon City Police District confirmed that Professor Melania Flores was released from custody after posting bail of 72,000 pesos. On Monday, plainclothesmen from the QCPD arrested Flores at her residence inside the UP campus. She was cited for violating Republic Act No. 8282 or the Social Security Act of 1997 for failure to remit SSS contributions for her housemaid. Flores, however, said that she doesn't have a housemaid, fueling more questions about her arrest. The UP faculty regent is now calling for the investigation of the serious lapses on protocol committed by the law enforcers during the arrest.
May nagpapanggap ng mga kapulisan na sinasabi sila ay mga taga-DSWD. Ang bahay po naman namin talaga ay bukas yan. No? Lagi kaming pinupuntahan at ang aking pagkakaunawa ay lagi naman ako nag-entertain at sila ay nagpakilala na DSWD. Documented po yan. No? Okay. At nung nagpakita ko ng ID, no, na nag-uusap kami, pinicturan at sa kanila nilabas yung warrant of arrest.
Pinag-aaralan natin ang posibleng pagsasampa ng formal na complaint sa paglabag nitong 1992 agreement na to at maaaring iba pang mga kaso lalo na doon sa lapses sa protocol at paglabag sa Miranda rights din.
We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here in One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. A United Nations expert on extrajudicial killings is set to conduct trainings in the Philippines to help build its capacity in investigating wrongful deaths. But the Justice Department clarifies this is not connected to the International Criminal Court's investigation into the drug war. Jenny Dongon with the report.
The Justice Department clarifies that the visit of the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Extrajudicial Killings is not related to the reopening of the ICC investigation into Duterte's war on drugs. Tuesday morning, UN Special Rapporteur on EJK, Dr. Maurice Tidball-Binns, paid a visit to Justice Secretary Boying Rimulya. But Rimulya said he invited Tidball-Binns not as the UN Special Rapporteur, but as one of the best forensic experts in the world. This is not the first time that Tidball-Binns visited the country. He has been in Tacloban as part of the international team of pathologists to identify the victims of Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013. Rimulya said that the main reason of Tidball-Binns' visit is for him to help boost the country's capability in examining wrongful deaths. Tidball-Binns was invited last November during the United Nations Human Rights Council in Switzerland.
We invited Dr. Tidball-Binns to come over to help us build capacity so that we will have programs for the doctors of government, the police, the NBI, probably the military doctors to have special courses in forensic pathology. So this has nothing to do with his role as special rapporteur.
Rimulya also underscored the need of the country's legal system for more experts in the field of forensic pathology.
Inviting him was the best thing that we could do to improve our legal system and our capacity to deal with wrongful death, untimely death situation. Because these are the things that are being neglected in the past.
The training will be funded by the UN Joint Program with the Philippines. 35 medical doctors from NBI, PNP, military, and prosecutors will be trained when Tidball-Binns returns to the Philippines in May or August this year. Rimulya admits that he and Tidball-Binns also had discussions on cases from the bloody war on drugs under former President Duterte.
We discussed certain trends about how we are dealing with many of the things that were left to us already, were left to us unsolved yet. So it's for us to prefer solutions in the future.
For News 5, Jenny Dongon, we are One News.
How can the country address teenage pregnancy? Some senators gave their suggestions during a Senate hearing on Tuesday. Senator Amy Marcos suggested forming a task force that will implement Executive Order 141. The EO, signed by former President Rodrigo Duterte, declared the prevention of teenage pregnancies a national priority. Senator Raffy Tulfo, meanwhile, pointed out the need to focus on the prevention of teenage pregnancies. He said this could be done through imposing stricter regulation on alcohol sales. Senator Risa Ontiveros, on the other hand, called on the government to improve the existing policies to stem the rising incidence of teenage pregnancies among girls aged 10 to 14. Data from the PSA show that over 2,200 births from young girls aged between 10 to 14 were recorded in 2021, an increase from 2020 when around 2,100 births were recorded from the same age group.
So at least ito po ay nagbibigay ng dagdag na kaluwagan sa mga kabataan natin, lalo na kung sexually active na sila or nabuntis na sila at nanganak previously, or kung nag-suffer na sila ng miscarriage previously, na mas magkaroon ng access bilang pagkilala din sa evolving capacities of the child or young people.
And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 7:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.